Whew. Hi, welcome to Midlife Rising. My name is Greg, and today we're going to talk about fears when I go out surfing, my surfing fears. Just going to say something right off the bat. The only reason why I'm not surfing, kind of under the weather, you can probably hear it in my voice. I was probably going to catch some waves today, but it's just not going to happen today. Just really feeling not very well. But I wanted to come to a beach anyway and film this because I think it's an important topic. I think people have misconceptions about surfing. There's a lot of fears, a lot of things we have to worry about. And in actuality, I'll explain my own personal fears about surfing. Keep in mind, I surf in British Columbia, in Canada. So my fears may be different than other people's fears in the water. Just one of the things I take into account when I go surfing. I thought this was a good one topic to start off with. All right, I hope you enjoy the vlog. Make sure to comment below. Tell me what your fears are of surfing. Okay, we'll start out with everyone's favorite, which is not really a fear of mine, surfing. If you know anything, if you looked at your stats in Canada, there's something like four shark bites and no deaths in Canada from what I saw last. So, I mean, it's bound to happen sometime, but you know, when you're 50 times better off, you're probably more likely to be bitten by a bear going down to the beach or bitten by a cougar going down to the beach than you are actually surfing. I'm not really concerned about bears, and I kind of think it's, unless you're in New Samara Beach, Florida, or maybe parts of Australia, but really New Samara Beach, Florida really is the only place that really strikes me as something I'd really be terrified about sharks, then maybe probably no, I don't fear sharks at all. I just put it on here, wanted to talk about it because everyone's talking about fearing sharks, but I don't fear sharks, sorry. It's if it happens, it happens. It might be my time of calling. Maybe I'll be number one, but I don't see it happening. And I am a little bit alert, but no, I don't let it drive me. We go to number two, which is rips. Okay, there are some concerns here. Grand old classic. I don't honestly surf in huge waves, so the rips I do encounter aren't bad. For the most part, I try to avoid rips. Sometimes I use them to my advantage. If it looks like if on this rip, you just take the rip out, and you understand the current, you just ride the rip out. If it's not a dramatic rip, you just ride a rip out and let it circle you around. It usually circles you right to where you want to go. Have that experience. Mirror Creek has a little rip underneath it. Obviously, it's a river or a creek that shoots right out into the water, so there's a little rip on there, and then it stops. And where it stops, usually it lines you up right at a good spot at the waves. Now, I don't go surfing the wave when the wave's super huge, but it does. Rips are usually, for anyone who doesn't know what a rip current is basically when the waves go underneath, when there's an underground river and all pulls you out to sea real fast, and it can pull you down. Some people confuse that for undertow. That's not the case. Rip is a current that shoots you out, sometimes up to 500 meters out in the water on rare occasions. But usually the bigger the waves, the bigger the rips. And sometimes more intense there. And that's not always the case, but for the most part, that's the case. Now, my own personal feelings, a few rips I have been in, You swim to the side or ride it all the way to the end. If you're on a board and you can ride it out, it's usually you can make it through, but it's not, I want to go into it, but something to keep in mind. Okay, now we're starting to hit the ones that really do concern me. Okay. Anything else you've heard that's not in this vlog to not consider nonsense, or consider it maybe attached to something along the lines. So we're gonna go into driving to the beach. Okay. You know, I only live 2 kilometers from the nearest surf spot when it goes off. I drive anywhere from 40 kilometers if I really want it, just for better surf spots down the road. It's not that far. It's, you know, 30-minute drive. I'm at the beach, but you know, it's windy roads, trees, giant trees, and nature, and animals can run across the road. So I know it's unique to British Columbia, and I know other places. It's, you know, when I lived in Washington D.C. at a time ago, it was a 3.5-hour drive, and you had to deal with a lot of traffic and a lot of hazardous situations to get there. And you know, you're talking sometimes it may be 2 if it's an off season, but if it's on season, it's pretty much a nightmare to get to the beach. I mean, you have one big bridge that goes to Delaware or Ocean City, Maryland, and yeah, that's tough. And also, you get really tired from surfing. You really get worn out. I mean, you really throw your heart into it, and you're worn out. Those drives can be tough. They're tough to drive, and you have to pay attention to what you're doing. I think it's the second greatest fear I have of surfing, to be honest, because it is the drive, because you are tired. You all have to be prepared. That being said, there is one more that's actually worse than driving to the beach, because that really is a fundamental fear. Here's the guy. This guy. Oh, come on, bro. What are you doing? Okay, if you haven't figured out anything about this vlog, I'm a passionate individual. I think of others. I have empathy for others. I love other people. So it's the least that's going to happen, because I carry a lot of surf etiquette. But it is the #1 thing I absolutely fear, is getting someone else injured in the water. Have you ever noticed my vlog being relatively empty of surfers? Really in a place that's kind of a little bit more secluded, not many people in the water. Or if you see me in the water, I'm usually communicating to you, giving you a couple waves here and there, a lot of waves here and there, keeping my distance from you. Not because I'm antisocial. Anyone who knows me, I'm anything but antisocial. But my biggest fear is putting someone else's life at risk, or impacting their surf session in such a negative manner that could hurt them or ruin their day. And I don't want to do that. And that's all why I always practice such powerful surf etiquette. It's a big fear to affect someone else's life more than to hurt myself, is to hurt someone else in the process. I can only imagine watching a father of a 5-year-old kid getting injured because of my neglect, or something like that. Surf etiquette is so important to me. And, you know, it's just one of those things that I feel that's so important that needs to be practiced. And I don't, you know, everyone says, why should fear the other guy in the water? No, fear your own actions, and I fear my own actions. But I fear it in a way that it drives me to be considerate of other people, let other people surf. And he catches a couple more waves, I'm cool with that, you know. But I want to, very rarely will I ever even think about doing snaking or anything. It's usually I'm communicating with you, trying to be friendly to you, give you a couple waves, especially if you're really good. Oh, I'll let you ride and I can learn from you. Watch your footing as you catch a wave, so this way I can pick up for when I want to go out and try to ride it myself. But I think this is an important lesson. Is you're a newer surfer, that maybe you should be doing is practicing the same thing. Really focus on your surf etiquette. Really do this, because you can possibly injure someone, and that is the #1 thing. As I said, that actually goes along with some of the other things I've heard about surfing that I'm supposed to fear, but I think if you take care of yourself, everything else around you will work wonders. If you care about other people, practice surf etiquette. Go to that lonely beach. That beach is loaded. It's a great wave, but there's 50 people out in the water. Unless you're in a surf competition or it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, why are you doing it to yourself? If you go there all the time, unless you are the local, unless you are the man, probably pass. You know, if you're new to a beach like that, and, you know, skill level's a lot higher, don't go there. Go to the beach down the road. It's probably gonna hold just well. You'll have a lot more fun the less people in the water. I know, just from my vlog. I mean, you can't catch 50 waves in the water after 50 people in the water. It's just not going to happen. If you did, you probably snaked someone or possibly got injured along the way. So don't put yourself in that situation. But yeah, that's my worst fear. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There will be more videos, more topics about surfing coming up. I also have a new membership thing. If I get 10 members to subscribe, I'll start putting a lot of content on there as well. Maybe some local forecasts in the area. If you want to comment on it, that's great. We do have a new membership. And this will help you maybe learn more about the area, where I surf, and what I'm looking for when I go out surfing. And as my level, which is beginner and intermediate, you can see what I look for as opposed to maybe what a more experienced surfer might be looking for. All right, I hope that helps you out. May throw some tips in on the members page when I open it up. I just need 10 people on the members page, and then we'll start dropping some content on there as well. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. Make sure to, and I'll catch you out in the waves next time. Alrighty, take care. See you.